Hey, it's me, GV, and welcome to a quest guide for the Passing of the Age quest, or Wish, in Silksong. And oh my god, this one is a doozy. I'm going to tell you right here from the get-go, if you are not down to do another Path of Pain, like in Hollow Knight, which was basically a gigantic platforming challenge, and I think you didn't even get a reward outside of bragging rights, do not do this because it's going to be the same thing. The majority of the quest is very easy, but the end of it will have a Path of Pain-esque platforming challenge. So just letting you know that now. Now, to start this quest, we need to be in Act 3, and we also need the final movement ability, because if we go to the Putrefied Ducts, to the top right, where all the fleas will go if you finish it, you can use that new ability to go up here. And this will start the Mushroom Quest. Now, this was a thing in Hollow Knight. I don't remember even if I did it. It was a really weird achievement. But basically, if you come to this spot right here, this will begin the quest. And now we need to go find the Mushroom Man in various spots. So come to this place first, and then we're going to be heading to our next destination. All right, so from there, we're heading to the very start of the game. I think this place is called Moss Grotto, and you need to play the Needle-in long enough for this guy to come up from the ground, and you'll tell where he is by these spores. So here he is, and if we play the Needle-in for a long enough time, this guy will pop out. You want to speak to him, obviously, and then you're basically just tracking him throughout different locations. So this is the first place you find him. After that, he's going to be super duper close. We're going to head to Bone Bottom, the first major town you find, and he's basically where Chakra was super early on in the game. Past these little thief bugs up here and to the right is going to be where the Mushroom Man is. So again, play the Needle-in and let him pop out and then exhaust his dialogue. Then we're heading all the way to nearly the end of the Far Fields. So if you go all the way back to where the Far Fields were, he's going to be right before this Weave Nest door, a little bit up right about here. Again, you'll see the spores in the air, and that's how you know you want to hold Y to play that Needle-in. After that, we are going to head to the top left of Greymoor. This is like right where you enter the Wisp Thicket, I do believe. He's going to be right here, all the way tucked away to the top left of Greymoor. Then we're heading to the bottom right of the slab. This is where you fought the first sinner or whatever boss right about there. You're going to find even more spores with the Mushroom Man. You do need a key, by the way, to get here. So I guess if you have not beaten this optional boss, by the time you enter Act 3, you definitely want to clean that up because you will need that apostate key or whichever key it was for the slab here. And then we're heading all the way back up to the top of Mount Fey where we got our Fey Down Cloak. You'll see the Mushroom Man talking to the giant bird creature that actually gave you the Fey Down Cloak. This one's really annoying because I've been to the top of Mount Fey like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times at this point. So hopefully there's not even more stuff that's up here. But yeah, you want to head all the way to the top of this and then talk with the Mushroom Man. And now this is where things actually get super tricky. So you basically need to work your way up to the cradle where you start Act 3 and where you end the game normally. And then we need to do the Silk Ascend, whatever it's called, ability right about here. There is a hole where you can see debris falling out. So if we come here to the Coral Chambers and then use that Silk Ascend ability, we will go straight up into the ceiling. And we're basically working our way up back to the start of Act 3, and then the hard part begins. And I'm gonna speed this part up so you can see the route that I take. Okay, now once we enter this room, there is another Silk Glide. Again, I'm forgetting the name of the ability, but there's another spot right about here. It's a little bit secretive, and then this will take us either very close to the beginning of Path of Pain Part 2, or it will actually be the beginning. I can't really remember. But anyways, we want to navigate through these vents, and we're just going up and up and up. So right here is where I think the lace fight is in normal Act 2. When you get out of the elevator, what we need to do is we need to, again, ascend here. You can tell by the beam of light. That's kind of like your hint that this is where we need to be going. And then we'll find this room with a cage here. And basically, this will lead you to the room where you originally fought Grandmother Silk. If you didn't, I guess, well, basically the beginning of Act 3, because it depends on whether you're entering Act 3 or not. Anyways, we want to ascend up here, and there's going to be the final Silk tool if we bind Grandmother Silk's arm. So make sure to do that before you move on here. Now, once that's over with, we want to Silk Ascend right in this spot that I'm going to show you here, and then this is going to enter the Path of Pain Part 2 zone. Now, this zone is going to suck. Just letting you know that right now, especially if you're not good at platforming or you need to get good here. Good luck, because I consider myself pretty good at platforming, and this still kind of took me a whole bunch of tries, especially near the end. I think this is a lot kinder than the original Path of Pain, because they do give you like worms that you can basically sit there and farm to get heal back. And there are more shortcuts, I feel like. So, I don't know. I feel like the original Path of Pain was much more difficult. But anyways, I'm going to show you the entire route here now. So, if you do want to see every single, like, square inch of this path, I will show you that now here. Very, very sped up. So there you go. That's pretty much it. The big tip is that you really need to get good at using the claw line, waiting, and then using your double jump. That's kind of how this whole thing is designed. So it's just going to take a lot of practice. It is really annoying, especially if you find this sort of thing challenging. Now, here's the Mushroom Man, and I believe you get the quest completion here, but there's still more stuff to do, because if you go north, or if you go directly above, there's going to be this weird village, and basically, if you go all the way to the right, and if you play, I think it is the holding down and then holding Y to play like the sad Needlin song, you'll get a special item. Also, kill all the roaches on the surface as well to mark them off of the Hunter's Journal. I think that's basically everything that you can do up there, but a lot of people are going to miss that because they think that they're just here for the mushroom guy. So that is that entire quest completed. Hope you found this guide helpful. If you did, consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey, it's me, GV, and thank you for watching that video. If you would like to see more, there is a ton of bonus completed series and more to come on the Patreon right up here. Also, check out these videos. And then finally, if you would like to support this channel and become a member, you can do so by clicking join under the video, and you'll get early stuff. Thanks for watching, and I'll see ya in the next video.